And we're going to come onto our back to begin our warm-up. So coming onto your back, I want you to imprint through the low back, moving from imprinting, pressing the lumbar into the mat, to back to neutral. Just moving back and forth is a very small movement. And then finding your imprint, trying to hold it comfortably as we move through some of the warm-up, just to get yourself primed for maintaining this. So again, we're going to bring the arms up, fingers reaching up, and we're going to pull the elbows down toward the mat and reach back up and cross the arms. So each time we come up, I want you to cross the opposite arm in front. Really pulling the navel in and up. So for protraction and retraction. One more time each way. And with the arms still up, bringing them down alongside the body in the same fashion. And we're going to pull the shoulders up toward the ears and pull the shoulders down as we reach our fingertips in the direction of our feet, but nowhere trying to reach the feet. So shoulders up and reaching down. Shoulders up and down. And continue elevating and depressing the scapulae. Two more times. And we're going to bring our arms down to the mat, and I want you to bring your arms up and over in a semicircular motion. So really just taking that arm up and over. We're doing it with both our arms, just ambulating through the shoulder joint. And as we continue, I want you to alternate, so one arm up and one arm down. One more time each way. And bringing both your arms down. We're going to lift the chin and then bring the chin toward the sternum. And continue. Lifting the chin toward the ceiling. Exhaling the chin down toward the sternum. And continuing. Really making sure your shoulders are still back down after all the lifting of the shoulders and the arms. Two more. And coming back to neutral. From here, I want you to clasp hold of your ball, just your stability ball, not the weighted balls. We're going to take that stability ball, take it up overhead. I'm just using the tiny ball because my larger one wasn't inflated. And we're just going to hold it above our head. We're going to do a little bit of ab prep. So imprinting through the low back, navel pulled in and up. Imagining zipping the pubis toward the sternum in a scuba suit to maintain engagement while squeezing the glutes and pressing down through the feet. Inhale, exhale, pursing out through the lips on the exhale. So inhale, exhale, up. And inhale back. And continue. For our ab prep. Pursing through the lips. Exhaling, you exert the most effort to activate the abdominal muscles. more. And just putting that ball down. We're going to come back to it, but we're just not right this second. It's hard to find a spot sometimes to keep it from moving around. And we're going to grab the weighted balls, and again, staying on the back with the knees bent. So we're going to do the ab prep again, this time with the weights in the hands. So we really want to make sure that we're not bending at the wrist or the elbows. So really make sure that you have strong engaged muscles throughout the arms and moving from the shoulder. So we're going to be lifting the chest again. So inhale, exhale, lift. And pursing your lips. If you think you can come up a little bit higher, you can reach a little bit more toward the legs. Four more. We're going to walk forward, coming up to seated, still with the balls. We're going to be coming back into a C. So coming back with the balls into a C shape, then coming forward and reaching forward. Exhaling back, inhaling up. Four more. And we're going to put the balls down. We're going to continue with it as a breathing. So sitting back with the C, coming right forward over the legs. Three more. Good. And coming onto your back, now we're going to be moving into the 100. So we're going to grab the weighted balls. Coming onto the back with the knees bent. Finding that imprint in the low back. So pressing down through the lumbar as if you're imprinting the spine into a Play-Doh. And we can take the legs straight up. So this would be traditional for 100. You can angle the legs a little bit more as much as you wish, as long as you can maintain that imprint. That may even for you mean bending at the knees or extending the legs out partially. We're going to lift the chest and the head slightly. Arms are lifted off the ground, palms are up. And we inhale to the count of 5 pumps and exhale to the count of 5 pumps. And continue. And the last set, counting Bending the knees, taking the legs down, just putting your balls down, bringing the knees into the chest, taking a little bit of a breath, maybe shifting the weight side to side. And we're going to keep the balls close by because we're going to come back into the 100 again, doing the chopping motion with the arms. But we're going to grab our blue ball first. We're going to be doing the full roll up. So we want to grab that ball. We're going to use it as our stabilizer. So coming flat onto your mat. And we can hold that ball overhead. Really engaging the glutes, pulling the navel in and up, trying to keep your feet on the mat. Inhale, exhale, coming all the way up and back. Really exhaling as you come up, really exhaling through pursed lips. Four more. And putting that ball aside. So good job. It's pretty tricky to do. We're going to come back into the 100. So this time we're going to be using the balls in a chopping motion. So we're going to be using them with the palms facing in and moving the arms in this manner. So it's not going to be that large of a movement because we're going to be just using the balls if we need to. If you need to put the balls down, put the balls down. Listen to your own body. So slowly coming back, imprinting the low back into the mat, pulling the navel in and up. Make sure everything is engaged before you begin. Taking the legs straight up in the air. And from here you can find your leg position as you come into the pose. So slowly lifting up the chest and the head, just slightly arms up off the mat, palms facing in. Finding that position where you can maintain the imprint in the legs and chopping up and down with the arms. Inhaling for 5 breaths, exhaling for 5 breaths. And that is 1. And we're going to do that 10 times. Last one. Slowly putting the balls down, bending your knees, taking a breath here. So we are going to be moving into some plank and some reverse plank. So I want to do a little bit more of the ambulation that we did to begin with in the warm-up. with the weighted balls. So taking the weights straight up into the air, we want to try and keep the arms straight, so make sure that you're engaged through the wrists, that the wrists aren't collapsing. And we're going to inhale, exhale, reach up. So protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. Two more. Bring the arms alongside the body, palms up with the balls still. Trying not to let the arms come to the mat. We're going to pull the shoulders up and then reach the shoulders down. And continue. Exhale as you reach away. Two more. So now we're going to take one arm up overhead and one in line with the rest of our body. And we're going to inhale and alternate and exhale and alternate. Really maintain strength through the wrist, not allowing yourself to flop around or fold the arm at the wrist. If you want it to be a little more challenging, try not taking the balls directly to the mat. Maintaining that imprint into the mat, keeping your spine long and lean, reaching the crown of the head away from the feet, elongating through the spine. And we're going to do this a little bit wider. So you're going to we're taking this ball and we're taking them up and over. So this one's coming up and over, and this one's coming up and over, and then doing it at the same time. To really warm up the shoulders before we do too much weight bearing on them. Two more each way. And we're going to put the balls down. So we're going to come into plank, traditional plank. So you can put your props aside and just join in. So remember that when we come into plank, we want to make sure that we are pressing back through the heels and squeezing the glutes, pulling the navel in and up. So we're going to come into plank, pressing back through the heels, squeezing your glutes, and we're going to start by just lifting that right leg. So we're going to come down onto the knees after 10, coming into shell stretch. And then slowly we're going to come back up and we're going to move back into plank once again. This time we're going to be lifting the left leg for 10. So coming into plank, pressing through the heels and lifting that left leg. Slowly dropping to the knees, coming into shell stretch. Slowly coming back up again. So this time we're going to do 15 on each side. So again, we'll start with the right side, coming back into plank, pressing back through the heels to offset the load in the upper body, and lifting that right leg. And after 15, dropping to the knees, coming into shell stretch. And in shell stretch, really pressing down through the hips into the mat. And then slowly we're going to come back up. Doing the left side, 15 lifts. So coming up, pressing back to the heels, squeezing the glutes, and the left side. Or right side, sorry. After 15, dropping to the knees, coming back into shell stretch. So before we move into the next exercise, I'm just going to grab a drink of water. If you need a drink of water, feel free to grab one. And then we just need one of the weighted balls. We're going to come up and we're going to come into side plank. So what we want to do is coming up. You can cross the ankles, that's fine. What I want you to do is take that ball to the hip and reach it up and over and back. You can bring your body into a straight line, lift the hip as you bring it up and over and back. One more. Slowly coming down. We're going to come onto the other side. So switching sides. And again, we're going to come up into our side plank. And taking the ball, lifting the hip, and back. And one more. Taking that ball down, we're going to sit back into shell stretch. Good. We're going to slowly just move the balls aside. And we're going to be coming into reverse plank. So we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Taking the arms behind us, reaching the fingertips away from the body. And inhale, exhaling and lift. Inhaling down. Exhale, purse through the lips, and continue. Really squeezing your glutes as you come up. Four more. Slowly coming onto your back, bringing the knees in. Just gently shifting the weight side to side. We're going to slowly extend the left leg out. Taking the right leg straight up into the air. And we're going to make leg circles here, so toward the right. So I do 50 circles in each direction, so if you like to keep count on your own. Four more. And switching direction. Again, 50 circles toward the left now. Four more. And letting that leg come down. Take 2 breaths here, let the arms fall open. Inhale deeply and exhale, sigh through the mouth. We're going to do that twice. And slowly taking that left leg up now. We're going to make 50 circles away from the body, so to the left. Keeping the leg as straight as you comfortably can, trying to limit any movement in the pelvis as best as you can. Four more. And changing direction, circling toward the right now. Four more. And letting both legs come to the mat, arms alongside the body. And again, we'll take 2 nice deep sigh breaths. So inhaling as deeply as you can. So the exhale really relieves a lot of tension physically in the body. So doing it one more time, nice deep breath in. Awesome. So continuing on our back, we're going to bend the knees and then slowly bring both legs straight up in the air. Maintaining that imprint in the lumbar spine. If you don't have it, bring the feet right back down, always making sure we have that imprint in the lumbar. Bringing the legs up, bringing the arms alongside the body, palms down, We're going to squeeze the glutes as well as squeeze your legs as close together as you can because we're going to be making circles through the legs with both legs together. So we want to try and maintain as little movement as possible, so as much stability as you can maintain in the hips and pelvis, and start circling both legs together toward the right. So it doesn't have to be a large circle. It just has to be controlled, and you need to maintain that imprint in your abdominal engagements. Trying to make the circles a little bit bigger if it's too easy. Really keeping your legs as straight as you can. Four more, and then we'll be switching directions. And switching directions, circling toward the left now. Keeping the legs as straight as you can. Again, maintaining that imprint in the lumbar area, imprinting the spine into your mat. Maintaining your breath, making sure you're not holding your breath. And four more. And taking the feet flat to the mat, taking a quick breath here. We're going to clasp hold of our stability ball now. We're going to take that stability ball up, and we're going to take our legs up. We're going to extend on the exhale, the arms and the legs away from the body. You can keep your head and shoulders down, putting that ball between the legs, and again, extending out. And continuing to alternate. Really making sure that when the arms and the legs extend away from the body, that is when you exhale. You want to purse through the lips and exhale to activate more abdominal engagement. 4 more each way. So 1 is an exchange through the hands and the feet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bending the knees, we're going to put that ball down. We're going to come onto our stomach in a prone position. Coming onto your stomach. We're going to extend the arms and legs forward and out. And if you need to, you can bend the arms, the elbows out, but if you can keep the arms straight or alongside the body, whichever you prefer. We're going to be just lifting right now to begin with the left leg. So keeping it as straight as we can, we're going to just continue to lift it. Really squeezing the glutes. Keeping the foot in dorsiflexion to use more of the posterior muscles. Two more. Taking that leg down, we're going to switch sides. So we're going to lift the right leg this time. And we're lifting for the count of 30. But they have to be slow and controlled. We don't want to flat speed through them. So bringing the foot into dorsiflexion and lifting. And down. Taking a quick breath here. One more nice deep breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And we're going to do 30 more on each side. So again, back to the left leg. Foot is in dorsiflexion to engage the posterior muscles. Squeezing the glutes. Two more. Bringing that leg down. Taking 2 quick breaths here. And lifting 30 times to the right side. Foot is in dorsiflexion and lifting. Two more. And bringing the leg down. So now I'm going to be doing the bent leg lift, single leg. So we're going to bend that left leg, bringing the foot into dorsiflexion. And I want you to press up directly through that foot. We're going to do it 30 times, 2 sets, 30 times on each side. So starting now, just pressing up. Lifting as much of the thigh as you can up off the mat. And after you've done 30, make sure you take a quick breath and then move in to the other side. And now bending the right leg, bringing the foot into dorsiflexion and pressing up to a count of 30. When you're done 30, taking your leg down, taking 2 breaths here. We have one more set to do on each side. Bending the left leg, bringing the foot into dorsiflexion, again lifting straight up. And after you've done 30, bringing that leg down, taking up 2 breaths here. And when you're ready, you can do the last set. So right leg bent, foot into dorsiflexion, pressing up, trying to lift the thigh right up off the mat. And when you're done, just bringing both legs down, taking a breath here, and then we're going to, after a couple breaths, move into the double leg kick. So the double leg kick, we want to bring the arms behind the back, just where it's comfortable. You can turn your face toward the camera this time. Next time, we'll turn it away from the camera. So what I want you to do is bend both of your knees up together. Your feet can be in plantar flexion. Then I want you to extend the legs out, but just lift it barely up off the mat. Open the legs up, and then bending the knees and turning your face the opposite way. Bringing it back down, lifting the chest, bringing the arms and legs straight out alongside the body, lifting a little bit higher with the legs opened, and exhaling down. We'll go through that one more time together, and then we'll do it, we'll go through some of them. So feet are flat on the top of the mat, squeezing your glutes. Hands are behind you on the posterior side of the body. Your face is down on the mat, turning toward me. We're going to bend both knees with the face still in the same position. Then we're going to extend the legs out as we extend the arms and slightly lift the upper body. Then lifting a little higher and opening the legs up. Coming all the way back down with the knees bent together and turning your face away from the camera. Then coming back into that extension, extending the arms and legs, lifting the chest slightly, opening the legs up, and slowly lowering back down. So I'll walk you through it one last time and then we'll continue on our own. So at a little quicker pace now. So arms behind the back, turn toward the camera, bending both knees up, extending through the leg as we extend the arms and lift the chest slightly, opening the legs, coming up a little bit higher, hands come behind the back, bending the knees, turning your face away from the camera, extending the legs out, arms and chest lift slightly, open the legs, lift a bit more, exhaling flat down to the mat. So we're going to continue doing that. So moving at your own pace. 2 more. So remember, you're taking the hands behind your back, starting with the face turned toward the camera. Bending both knees up together. Extending the arms, the legs, and lifting the chest, just lifting barely up off the mat. Then opening the legs up and lifting a little bit higher. Taking the hands behind the back, bending both knees, turning your face the opposite way. Then you're going to lift the legs in extension, bring the arms, lift the chest. Lift a little higher, opening the legs up, abducting the legs, and exhaling back flat. One last time. And taking a breath here. Taking 2 nice deep breaths. We're going to come on to the right side body. We're going to be stacking our hips here. We want to be stacked as best as we can. Oftentimes people like to take their arm in front, as you might know already, just to keep yourself stabilized. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift that top leg. We're going to swing it forward and back. Really squeezing the glutes, slow and controlled. And this is the side kick. Good. Coming back to center, we're going to lift that top leg up to a count of 3. Maintain the stacking of the hips. So you don't want to lift the leg up so much that it drops the hips back. So maintaining the stacked hips and lifting up for a count of 3 and lowering down to a count of 3. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, and down 2, 3. And continue 1, 2, 3, down 2, 3. Exhale as you lift. If you want to be a little bit more challenging, try not to bring your legs back together at all. Two more. Taking a quick breath, we're still going to continue doing some side body work, but take a quick breath here. Your legs are getting a little bit tired. Pet your pooch. And we're going to just be doing single lifts now. So we don't need to lift as high as we can. I want you to lift about as high as the hip. And then down. And just keep pressing and pulsing here. 2 more. And releasing. Going down, almost done on this side. We're just going to press back now through the leg. So we don't want to press back so much that the chest pops forward or that our abdominals are popping forward. So it's a small movement. I'm not pressing back very far. I'm actually only pressing back about 6 inches. So just pressing back, keeping the glutes squeezed tight, abdominals engaged, and pressing back. Making sure you're still breathing. Four more. And release. We're going to roll over onto the other side. So remember, if you need a break ever, just take a break. Listen to your body. You know what's best for you. So we're going to come onto our left side. Legs in a straight line once again. Squeezing the glutes. Pulling the navel in and up. Ensuring that abdominal engagement. Feeling that pull from the pubis to the sternum as if you zipped up a scuba suit. And we're going to be doing the single leg kick. So we're going to bring that leg right forward and back. Slow and controlled. Making sure you're engaged in the abdominals, making sure you're engaged in the glutes. Slow and controlled, maintaining this engagement. Doesn't matter if you do less, just make sure that you're fully engaged. Four more. Bringing the legs back together, taking a breath. So we're going to be starting our leg lift series again. So we're going to be lifting up. Okay, so we're going to be lifting up for a count of 3 and down for a count of 3. So really squeeze the glutes, navel in and up. 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. If you want it to be more challenging, don't bring the foot all the way back down. 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Now sinking the breath with it, exhaling as you lift. 3 more. Good. Now just taking nice deep breaths. And we're just going to move into that single lift. So we don't want to be lifting any higher than the hip. So we're going to come back to just lifting that top leg. And yes, they're getting tired. Your stabilizers have been working on the bottom. So it feels a lot more challenging the second side. So we're just lifting up as high as the hip and down and pressing. Trying not to bring the feet right back together. Keeping breathing, not holding our breath. And 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Bringing the legs down, just taking a breath. And the last thing we have to do is the kickback. So take a couple breaths here. Just let the legs bend. Relax some of that tension. Then straightening the legs out once again. We're just going to be doing that press back. So maybe it's only about 6 inches. Keeping the feet in dorsiflexion, pressing back. Keeping your glutes squeezed really tight. So it's a slow, controlled movement. Really keeping your glutes engaged, pulling the navel in and up. Four more. Good. Slowly coming up. We're going to grab a hold of our foam roller now. And if you think you'll want to use one of your weighted balls, you might want to have it handy. We're going to come back onto the foam roller. We want to have our entire torso on the foam roller. So again, you still want to maintain that imprint on the foam roller. So you can have your hands on the iliac crest, the hip bones, and the elbows down for stabilization, or you can have the arms down on the mat with the fingers spread wide. So what we're going to begin with is keeping the arms down to stabilize us as best as we can, taking our legs up into tabletop. We're going to be doing a single leg stretch, keeping our arms in this position for now. And we're going to extend that right leg all the way out, bringing it all the way back up before we extend out the left leg. And continuing to alternate sides. Two more each side. feet down. You can just roll side to side on your foam roller if you wish. It's nice to roll it this way along the spine, just cross fibering, moving across the fibers of the muscles in this specific location. So we're going to take hold of one of the balls now. We're going to bring our feet flat to the mat if they're not still already. You're going to take one arm down to stabilize you, and you will always keep the opposite leg down. So if I'm keeping my right arm down, I want to keep my left leg down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that right leg and the left arm up and extend away and continue. Remembering to exhale as you extend. Inhale as you come back up. Two more. Taking both feet down. Just bring the arms down. Take a couple breaths here. Last side. You're going to switch that ball to the right hand now. You're going to firmly plant with the left arm and the right foot. We're going to take that left leg up into tabletop. We're going to bring that right hand toward the ball. Inhale, exhale, extend. Really squeezing the glutes, pulling the navel in and up, keeping that abdominal engagement. Eight more left. Just keep going. You can do this. Almost done. And last one. Bring the feet down. Just move that ball aside. We're going to take the arms alongside the body, so both of your arms, making sure that you're feeling imprinted and stable on your roller. So again, you can take your hands to the iliac crest with the elbows down, or you can take your arms alongside your forearms and hands flat on the mat. If you feel even a little bit more stability, you can also try and hold the roller. This is a little bit harder on the shoulders and pulls the scapulae up. Really just try and press down through the arms. You might find you need to bring the arms, or the forearms and the elbows up a little bit. If you need more stability. So just noticing for your own body what you need. We're going to take both legs up into tabletop. So from here, inhaling, exhaling, extending both legs out. So I'm rolling off mine today. Four more. Taking your feet down. So this time we're going to take hold of that one ball again. We're going to hold it directly up. And what I want you to do here is lift that right foot all the way up and down and continue. Just reaching up. Four more. And switching sides. Two more. And now we're going to try and alternate sides. So if you need to, you can put the ball down. But if you feel like you can, just do it a little bit more slowly. Really stabilize. Do it slower. Lift one leg up, bring it down, and then lift the other leg up. It's not a race. Just continuing to strengthen your stabilizers. Two more each side. Sorry. Let's carry it out. Just moving that out of the way. So once you've done both sides, you're going to slowly come off your foam roller. Flat onto our back, imprint through the low back. And we're going to do dead bug. So I want you to we're going to reach both arms up overhead. And we're going to lift opposing arms and legs. So I will lift the right leg and the left arm. And then I'm going to alternate sides. And continue maintaining that imprint the entire time. Remember, keeping your feet in dorsiflexion will strengthen more of the posterior side of the body. And making sure the leg doesn't just fall as you release it, that it's controlled as it comes up and as it comes down. We're going to do four more each side. And slowly coming up to seated, grabbing your foam roller. We're going to come into easy pose and using our foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller with you or if you don't have yours handy, you can always use one of your weighted balls or the stability ball for this very same thing. I just like to use the foam roller because, as I said before, I like to roll onto my forearm when I'm getting that lateral stretch. So we want to make sure that when we're seated, both of the sits bones, the ischial tuberosities, are making contact with the mat. So taking your hand, the left hand to the foam roller, we're going to inhale, bringing the arm up, exhale, slide that foam roller away. So you may come onto the form, just getting a nice lateral stretch here. Keeping both of the sits bones down. If one side pops up, you've reached too far. Bring the roller back in. Inhaling, coming up. And we're going to do that 5 times with our breath. So inhaling, bringing the arm up. Exhale, roll out. Inhaling, roll, reaching straight up or dropping the arm, whichever your preference is. And then exhaling as we fall toward the foam roller. Inhaling up. Exhaling out. One last time. Awesome. We're going to bring that foam roller to the other side now with the same thing. So first we're going to do it and hold it for a little bit of a lateral stretch just to warm ourselves up, but only reaching as much as is comfortable. So taking the right hand to it, inhaling the arm up, exhaling, maybe coming onto the forearm, the same as I do, whatever feels best for you, but keeping both ischial tuberosities down. We don't want anything lifting up. Inhaling up, and we're going to do 5 of those with our breath now. So inhaling, exhaling as we fold to the side. Inhaling up, reaching up, and exhaling. Inhaling up, exhaling. Inhaling up, exhaling. One more time. I'm going to move that foam roller aside for now. We're going to come onto our back. I'm just going to grab that ball again, just the stability ball. And we're going to be doing our single-legged stretch with the stability ball. So we're going to extend the right leg out as we extend the arms up above, bringing it back up, and alternating sides. And continue. Try not to bring the foot right to the mat. Pursing the lips and exhaling as you extend the arms and legs away from the body. Maintain that imprinted low back, pulling the navel in and up. Four more each side. Awesome. Bringing your feet flat to the mat. Bringing the ball just above you. Pull the shoulder blades down so the shoulders are making as much contact with the mat as possible. And just a little small ab work, so a little ab prep work. So just inhaling, exhaling, lifting up. Trying to lead with the chest. 4 more. Putting that ball down. I want you just to extend the legs and the arms out in starfish shape. Just reaching through the fingers, so reaching, broadening out across the back. And then reaching the arms up. And I want you to reach a little bit more through the left fingers and the left toes. And then reaching a little bit more through the right finger and the right toes. Bringing the bottoms of our feet together. Letting the knees fall open to the side. You can leave the arms extended up above. You can bring them alongside the body, whichever feels best for you today. Some people even may like to rest their hands on their abdomen. Whichever you prefer, just breathing here. Slowly bringing the knees up, taking your feet flat to the mat, bringing the arms alongside the body, palms down. Slow and controlled, we're just going to be lifting up into bridge and slowly coming down. We're going to do it slowly the first time, and then we'll do a few with our breath. So inhaling, exhaling, squeezing the glutes, pulling the navel in and up, and slow as you can, rolling up as if you can sense every single vertebrae, which we cannot, but just imagining that proprioception coming up, squeezing, holding, just taking a few breaths here, making a few hip circles toward the left, and then toward the right. And then very slowly lowering one vertebrae at a time as best as you can manage. It's very hard to be aware of these vertebrae, but just trying to move slow and deliberately is really what I want you to be doing. So we're going to do that now with our breath. So we won't be as slow and deliberate, but we still want to be controlled in our movement. So inhaling, exhaling, squeezing, engaging, and lifting up. Inhaling, slowly coming all the way back down. Exhaling, squeezing, lifting back up. Really squeezing at the top and inhaling as you come down. Exhaling, squeezing, and lifting. Exhaling through pursed lips and inhaling as you come down. Just continuing. Two more. And slowly coming down. I'm going to move into a final resting pose of Shavasana, which isn't traditional for Pilates, but I always do it. So taking our feet to hip or mat width apart, letting the toes fall open to the sides, letting the arms fall comfortably alongside the body, comfortably close, but not so close that the shoulders have lifted up off the mat. Your palms are up, your fingers are slightly curled, and closing your eyes. And you're going to relax your forehead, soften your eyes, relaxing your jaw so that your teeth are not touching. Bringing your shoulders down away from your ears, broadening out your back, letting it rest as flat as it comfortably can against your mat. And then gently scanning your entire body, making sure that you're not supporting yourself with your shoulders, your elbows, or your outer ankles. And just completely letting go of your physical body and letting go of anything inside you that does not serve you in a positive way. With each and every breath, allowing your body to relax a little bit more deeply into your mat. Noticing all the points of contact beneath the backside body and the mat, and noticing all that space above and around you, and allowing yourself to open up into that space. And today, I want you to think about comparison. Teddy Roosevelt said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And it truly is. We're so busy comparing ourselves to people that we think look better than us, have more than us, seem happier than us, seem to be taking more vacations than us, have more time off. They just seem to have everything because we're comparing ourselves to the wrong people. Compare yourself right now to people who are sick, dying of cancer, or in crisis with COVID-19. Think about those people. Compare yourself to everyone. If you must compare, then compare to everyone. And I assure you that you would still be grateful to be you, despite all these comparisons. So I wanted to share with you today a reading by Ram Dass. When you go out into the woods and you look at the trees, you see all these different trees. And some of them are bent, and some of them are straight. And some of them are evergreens, and some of them are whatever. And you look at the tree and you allow it. You see why it is the way it is. You sort of understand that it didn't get enough light, so it turned that way. And you don't get all emotional about it. You just allow it. Acceptance. You appreciate the tree. The minute you get near humans, you lose all that. And you're constantly saying, you are to this, or I'm to this. That judging mind comes in. And so I practice turning people into trees, which means appreciating them just the way that they are. Again, that was Ram Dass. I often use this analogy as well, not specifically with trees, but in nature. Everywhere in nature, we are so accustomed to things being very different, and we're okay with that. And yet with ourselves, we are not. If we go out to our garden, which hopefully we'll be able to start planting in the next 6 weeks or so, but we don't judge each flower that grows in that garden. We don't think this one is too fat, or too skinny, or too tall, or too thin. We simply accept it for its beauty and its scent. It's the same with snowflakes when it's snowing. And hopefully we don't get any more snow at this point in time. But we don't judge the snowflakes. They are all different and unique in their own way. The same as each of us. How boring life would be if we were all exactly the same. Always remember what we generally see on social media is the highlight reel of people's lives. So if we compare our everyday life to the highlight reel of everyone else's, certainly we're going to feel some sort of dissatisfaction without being grateful for what we have. Remember that happiness is fast and fleeting, and gratitude requires a conscious effort. So think of something that you're grateful for right now, and allow that gratitude to manifest itself in the shape of a white, warm light, circling your body at this moment, holding you safely. And again, finding what you're grateful for, letting it come to mind, letting this gratitude be associated with this feeling and with this light, so that when you are having tough days, when you are struggling, you can turn back on this moment and remind yourself just how fortunate and grateful that you are. Just slowly bringing your conscious awareness back to your physical body. So perhaps that just means entertaining the idea of movement. Or maybe starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes, doing what feels best for you and your body today. Perhaps you want to reach your arms up and stretch, maybe a little bit more through the right side and then the left side, listening to your body. Maybe you want to bend your knees, taking your feet flat to the mat, or dropping both knees to one side, bringing the knees into the chest, whichever feels best for you today, and may even be coming onto your side. Always moving at a pace that feels comfortable for you. You never want to jump up too quickly. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, we'll slowly make our way up to sitting. And inhaling the arms up overhead, bringing the palms together in Swasthiti at heart center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.